So, I'm going to start recording a lot of my thoughts. And the thought I just had right now, I was I was thinking about myself right now in the sense that I was in my head, like I was really in my head, and I was hearing a lot of voices, like different thoughts just popping in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, and and I realized when you speak it out loud, when you start talking, things become more focused, and a lot of people who like suffer from depression or anxiety, there's like it's in the word, suffering. They're suffering from it because they're in their head and they continually think, continuing. I can't say the word, but thinking about random shit that's causing them pain. They're self-inflicting pain, and all because like they don't exercise. Even myself, catch myself being anxious. I'm just in my head thinking rather than talking or even writing it down, putting it into focus. Like right now. No, but I thought it was just a very interesting thought. And it's unfortunate that people don't realize that either. But yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that there's thousands of people, millions, well, I don't even know the statistic, but there's a lot of people who suffer, who suffer from themselves. Because they're not either. There's just something, there's always, everyone has a reason. And even myself, where, like a lot of it's my ego. I never thought I had one, but I do. and a lot of that ego has caused a lot of my anxiety, like not being loving of myself, not truly understanding like things about myself, reasoning things that I don't even know, like I never like gave to myself, like it was given to me by experiences and shit. But it's so different, like god damn. It's like I always say, like life's a trip. And you really miss out on that journey, the true potential if someone's always in their head, if you're always in your head. Like we literally can be anything we want. All it does, you gotta take time to just build that structure for it. Like me personally, I'm trying to get into business. However, like I'm not a good businessman. I'm not, for that drive. Like I don't know, like it's just something like I want to do, but at the same time, like I don't. Like maybe it's this thing about passion. Am I passionate about it? Am I questioning that? Or maybe it's my own sense of like disbelief with what I'm capable of. Like yesterday, actually, like, but thing is, like, I've been thinking about that even more, about what I'm capable of, especially with during the Goodfellas, doing these fucking push-ups and all this shit, man. Like, it's just crazy to see how much I can keep pushing, and even then, I still feel like I keep going, and I've been being more conscious of that, especially, like, I had this workout I did yesterday, and it was my first CrossFit workout in months, I was just, I'm going to do this open, this CrossFit open thing, competition thing, and I really want to, like, see what I can do, what can I really, like, handle, what are my limits, a lot of times I feel like, yeah, I'm pushing myself, but I just don't want to, like, feel that pain, or I'm just trying to like not be as much in pain as I want to be. If I said that correctly, but as you know, it's just been limiting myself in what I'm physically able to do. So how do I expect myself to be capable of, you know, leveling up, like my cousin says? You know, if I'm not willing to do this, like if I'm doing that in my physical self, what am I doing in my mental self? You know, what are my limits? I'm limiting myself a lot because of like my disbelief for for myself, and like the fear. You know, like it's just the anxiety, the triggering of different emotion and feeling, and you know it's overwhelming. You know, I'm pretty sure it's overwhelming for everybody who experiences anxiety, and at the same time, you know, a lot of the growth that I've done is to learn how to maintain it, and that's my whole purpose that I got in. That's the whole reason I got into working with self creation with Dorothy. You know, I just want to learn how to maintain it. Cause I understood a lot of things how to do it. You know, I would do it, but the maintenance of it is what gets you. You know, like so you're physically doing things to better your health, and like it's like imagine like there's two people trying to put out a fire, and someone starts putting some like sand on it to kind of like get out the flames, and someone else like kicks the sand a bucket away or puts more fuel on it so it can burn through the sand, like whatever the case may be. Like someone's fueling the fire and someone's trying to put it out. You know, and that's what it is. What it feels like to be inside. You know, it's just each time. You know, like the fire can be like a good or a bad thing. You know, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. So sometimes you need a fire to ignite some of drive. But sometimes that fire is like more destructive than constructive. And you get these two people, you know, just battling each other, just trying to get for what they want. And one version is of you, the person who is desiring something better for themselves, and the other person is your own self, literally not letting you go. Doesn't want you to change, doesn't want you to be different, doesn't want you to experience and grow and shit. And that's a very, very, very interesting, you know, thing to think about. It is literally two people inside of you. Not like this whole like multiple personalities, but there's just two things, like there's two distinct versions of yourself inside of you. And it's a fucking fight, you know. Especially if you're trying to get something greater, you know. Some people have settled down. Some people, you know, have jumped around and like it doesn't matter, you know. There's always a battle, you know, because there's something else. You know, it's always a desire within humans to want something different. You know? Yeah, you can be perfectly content with how things are. You know, you're okay with it. There's always that desire for something else you can do, something different, something just out of this world. Because the human mind is a very curious one. But it's gonna be very interesting when I get where I want to be, especially with traveling. You know, traveling everywhere, sending people that work for me, and having them like travel and go experience places, go meet people. You know, and that like of course that's like the most good best situation. I don't expect it to always be like sunshine and fucking unicorns or whatever, and be perfect. But it's just like that's what it's about, you know, to experience what it's like outside of your comfort zone for both the trainer and the person they're working with, because they're putting it in a foreign environment where they have to learn, you know. And these trainers that are going to be working for me are going to learn so much, different dynamics of coaching, different types of styles, different types of people, different cultures. And they get a vast range of experiences with these different types of people in different locations around the country and perhaps the fucking world. And they're becoming ultimate warriors basically in their field, in their industry, learning how to just communicate with so many different types of people and help them and benefit their lives. And that's how you make change, you know, like, because you're gonna inspire, or I'm going to inspire these people to see their true potential, like, whether it's like a student or one of my trainers or my future coaches, to instill that inspiration for the person. You're basically igniting their fire inside them. You know, now you're battling them instead of them battling themselves. You're helping them. There's two people against themselves. And that's what it's about. Supporting each other. You know, sometimes I don't feel supported because I purposely distance myself or I purposely put my ego up front. And that's a very selfish thing to do, because I cut myself off from the rest of the world like that, and I've been like that for a while. And it's a lonely place if you do that. You feel disconnected. You feel like nothing matters. And the thing is, like, everything does matter and it doesn't matter at the same time. You know, you have the ability to choose what matters to you. But everything's connected, like every single thing, every being. And thinking about that, you know, like, you're sending warriors out. I'm going to send warriors out to help people. And those people that are going to be in the program are going to see how they can benefit their lives, and they can start doing it for themselves too. You know, learn how to maintain it themselves. The same way I'm trying to learn how to maintain my mindset, you know, I'm trying to maintain it myself. You know, of course you need that support every now and then, but in those times where you are alone and when you're physically alone, or you just have to do things for yourself because no one else can do it but yourself. And the same thing in the years to come, to see how that expands and see the impact that I can do for people, the benefit. You know, and that's what inspires me. I love seeing people get their first pull-up, their first rope climb, the first, like, clean and jerk, you know, like, and they felt good at it. The first time they ever ran. The first time they ever believed in themselves. The first time they see the greatness in themselves. Like, you see that spark, and it's just, like, very cheerful moment, you know. And sometimes I forget that. The reason why I enjoy what I do. Just seeing how that helps people and how, like, it makes their lives just that much, a little bit better, just for that little moment. They get a taste of something pleasurable. Because in their current lives, typically, you know, they don't have any idea what it's like. And neither do I. You know, I don't have the best idea. You know, but I've had my experiences. And I continue to make these experiences so I can better my life in the same way I want for the people that I'm going to work with. I would want them to learn how to love themselves. If you can do that, there's no saying what you cannot do.